I've never been one to make decisions lightly. Big ones, small ones, it's never really mattered. It can be something as simple as, what do you want for dinner? Consistently, I'll seek out other people's opinions. I ask for everyone's preferences around me. If I'm by myself at the time, I'll text my friend who lives 3 states over to ask them what sounds good to eat. It's honestly a wonder I haven't starved to death yet. Anyway, the point is, I am about as indecisive as it gets. So, when I started thinking about applying for the Disney College program last fall, I knew I couldn't think about my decision too much, or I would end up talking myself out of going for it. It wasn't until right before I had my phone interview, the last step in the application process, that I told anyone I had even applied. When I opened the email letting me know I had been accepted, I nearly drove off the road. I was so shocked. I remember letting out an elated scream, and my eyes filled up as I pictured myself living in sunny Orlando, Florida. I could see myself working in Epcot, visiting the beach, getting a tan, in the happiest place on earth, and in just 4 months. The rush of adrenaline lasted all of 15 minutes before the doubt and anxiety began to set in. What had started out as breathless excitement quickly morphed into a white-hot ball of panic that settled in my chest and didn't go away. There was so much to keep me here. So many things that played a factor in my moving across the country for a semester that, up until then, I had refused to think about. For the next few months, I found myself doubting my decision more and more. I was locked in a constant battle with myself about whether or not I could actually do this. Who was I kidding? I had never lived outside of my parents' house. What in the hell had possessed me to apply for something that would place me on the other side of the country? And all of my friends were here. I mean, I suck at making friends and getting comfortable with new people. I was going to be willingly living in an apartment with a bunch of girls who I know nothing about. I did my best to keep my insecurities to myself, but as the months slid by, there were times when I couldn't keep them from bubbling to the surface. My friends provided nothing but support, but even with all of the reassurances, I continued to feel like something was going to go terribly, terribly wrong. That I was going to be miserable. I found comfort knowing that I could always pack up and come back home. The night before I left, I sat in my living room, packing up clothing with 2 of my best friends and my mom. It was surreal, as they left and my mom went to sleep for the night. I headed downstairs to finish some laundry and found myself sobbing silently, wondering what the fuck I was going to tell people when I hated it there and ended up coming back to Kansas City early. Nevertheless, I got up the next morning, packed up my car, said bye to my parents, picked up my road trip buddy, and headed to Florida. It's not surprising to find out that I was wrong about being wrong. My experiences in Florida were once in a lifetime, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. The roommates I was so very concerned about not getting along with are amazing, and I miss them all the time. My job at Disney's Old Key West Resort was so much more than I thought it would be. I made so many fantastic memories, working countless 5 a.m. shifts, watching the sunrise above the palm trees, chasing rats away with cowbells, and meeting people who truly needed the magic of Disney. I can honestly say I came back to Kansas City with a different kind of confidence than I've ever had before. Sure, I still struggle with what I should eat for dinner every now and then. But now I know and can say with absolute certainty that I am capable of making the big choices that life is sure to throw my way. In the words of the Blue Fairy, we must always believe in our wishes, for they are the magic in the world.